I'm going to talk a bit about Lavastorm Fraud Manager Essentials, which is a prepackaged fraud management installation which comes with the Fraud Manager, and why it is effective, fast, and protects you from the most severe and basic fraud threats out there today. This, what you're looking at right now, is basically the administration UI. So I'm going to just talk about how it's set up, the Essentials package. So what is being created is a usage or CDR that needs certain fields. So what we did, we created all of these fields that we need to for downstream functionality, such as alarms, summaries, and reference data. So in order for us to capture these threats, the current fraud threats, we need these fields. So if we pump the data through from any usage type, it could be CDRs from a switch, from a mobile switch, from a fixed switch, from a VoIP switch, and customer data in certain fields of the customer information, we can then load that into the system, and alarms, aggregations, and reference data would be mapped automatically. Because what you're looking at right now is a section called user-defined readers. So all of these fields, if you have less fields or more fields, those could be added here really quickly. Once you load the traffic into these different fields or this format, what will happen is that you can switch the reference data on, which will be done automatically, and this is a section called countries. So this is just one example of reference data. So what happens is the data comes through the reader, as we were looking at it previously, and all of these countries will be mapped automatically to that usage record. We also added scoring, customer risk, destination risk, and area codes and other types of services that we need in order for us to detect and stop the most current fraud types active right now in the world. So another thing which is very important to do is to create these summaries. So if we read this data through, all the different summaries that you were looking at right now, which is taking all the fixed business traffic and put it into a summary, call forwarding traffic, devices, international revenue share fraud, we're going to collect and put them in one summary, the international traffic in one, and the premium rate services in one. This is for the business fix. If we look in the mobile section, you would have a mobile section, and that would have some other summaries for IMEI and IMSI analysis, different types of roaming analysis, and profiles is also available for all of these different summaries. And this is all done. So we install this and then put the traffic through our reader. All of this will be filled automatically. And the same thing goes for the alarms. So all the alarm rules that is built, you can see over here. These are all the rules that you just put on, and they will automatically work. And the only thing we need to do is to adjust the threshold. And if we open one of these up, for instance, this one, you will see that we've added a threshold, and that needs to be adjusted to your operation and your specifics. And you will have a specific naming convention that we're using, which is fixed for fixed traffic, BUS for business, PRS for the actual type of fraud we're looking for. And if it's a count, it's going to look for a threshold on the count of usage to premium rate traffic. whereas we would have duration, which looks at the minutes. And we also are looking for revenue in terms of cost. So you will have it there. You will have a description, which is what this is. This is usage to PRS destinations for business per day and count. We also put in a description on the types of fraud we want to catch here, which is premium rate fraud, but also internal fraud, abuse, and traffic pumping. We'll have a preset of users to the essentials as well. And all the users can be altered, and we add users into these different user groups. But this is also a preset. The condition is preset, which can be changed and adjusted when we install this. We have summarized by, which is how do we summarize this alarm or case that is being created, if it's a count and a subscriber number in this case. This could also be altered in your specific environment, but all of this is preset, and we don't have to implement anything from scratch. The other things which is also created is fraud management reporting and output, and also a lot of other reference data and enrichments for the system. And that's basically a quick overview of the Essentials package.